What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, folks? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing well out there in the YouTube verse. And thank you guys for coming back and joining me another week of office hours. In this office hours this week, we're going to be talking specifically about the importance and the role of copywriting in your campaigns, and knowing that the fundamental backbone of anything is knowing how to construct a story. If you know how to tell a story in a way that connects with your audience, you stand to be exponentially better and have a greater chance at winning in your business, in your niche, as a consultant, as a coach, as someone that is even a public speaker. If you know the story that you're putting forth, you are familiar with the identity and how you want to show up in the marketplace, then you can do a better job at winning and getting more business. If you're not getting the kind of revenue that you want to get, it's primarily because you don't know the story to tell and how to tell the story at the right time. So there's a couple of frameworks out there that I wanted to go into. After last week's office hours, we identified that the number one key thing to know how to do is write the story. We're in the middle of examining Frank Kern's methodology of marketing, and really Frank Kern's is like the simplest because it's just brute blunt force. I call it brute blunt force. Just knock them in the head, keep reminding them, keep reminding them. Like, oh, are you interested? Are you interested? Are you interested? Oh, we sent you this yesterday. Are you interested? You do that for a series of days, and then after that, they go into a long-term nurture. And the idea is, there is this thing that I've learned from a local, somebody that I network here locally in my market, and Tacoma market. His name is Alan Shimamoto, and Alan says that there's a thing called the law of diminishing interest. And if you take longer to get somebody what it is that you have to sell, the chances are they're going to run into the law of diminishing interest. In other words, strike while the iron is hot. If you're not striking while the iron is hot, then you're going to be hard pressed trying to make something out of nothing. So we're going to go into that, and we're going to show you a little bit about how to implement the Frank Kern methodology. Because one thing I would tell you this is, like, when I was in school, when I went to the Art Institute, I graduated from the Art Institute of Dallas, 10 years ago. Is it 10 years ago? Yeah, it's been about 10 years ago. I went as an older student, but the point is, I went and we had to go through these different classes, and one of the classes that I really took keen interest in was copywriting, and like knowing what to say when, like one-liners, knowing how to write a hook, and things like that was what we focused on in a number of different classes. And I mentioned this last week during office hours that my instructor, Stacy Wee went into depth about how to write good copy for the purposes of marketing. And we want to kind of explore that. And we're going to go through that. So as we get into the Frank Kern's marketing strategy is heavily relying upon great copy. And then I would also say that you need to know how to write that copy. So I think that Donald Miller has come up with a great way to come up with the right thing to say, especially on your homepage, and especially when you're extrapolating what is on your homepage into writing your email copy. So for instance, we're gonna for instance, there's a arc, right? There's a story arc, and then that story arc starts off with someone being a hero, or the common person being the hero, right? Or the hero's journey is another way to say it, right? If you want to research it and look into it deeper, look up the hero's journey, okay? And it really just starts off with somebody that has an idea, it has a purpose or a call or a journey that they need to go on, and then they realize that they can't get there without a guide. You, as the person that is, if you're a consultant and you're in our community and you're in the business to business, you're in the business to consult, whatever the case is, if you're a consultant or if you're a coach, then you need to understand that the people that you're trying to help are heroes, and you're the guide that's trying to help them go from being where they're at and give them a roadmap or a plan that then helps them get to a determined outcome. Now, there is a backside. If they don't take that determined planned journey with you, then they could receive the negative effect of the backside of what they're trying to accomplish. So that's basically the whole story arc. So we're going to spend some time today going through what that story arc looks like. We'll analyze Donald Miller's StoryBrand framework, what that looks like. We'll take a look and see how that all plays together. We'll even we'll even go into Centra, and we'll try to get Centra to match Donald Miller's StoryBrand model, and then we'll bring that to the forefront, and we'll start inserting these into an email campaign or a follow-up sequence when we're going to basically break it down into how write me a one page, or write me some copy for my landing page. And then we're going to go into how do I then extrapolate that into a welcome series, and then a reminder series. And then we'll insert that into the Frank Kern funnel and get the results out of it. And we'll probably be wrapping up that part of it today. And then we'll come back next week. We'll wrap up the copywriting part this week. And then next week we'll start to insert it into the funnel and actually get ready to start a campaign and launch it out there. And you know how we do. We study, we learn, and then we launch. So we study, learn, build, and then we launch. So that's what we're going to be doing. So without any further ado, let me get things queued up and let's get ready to rock. Hope everybody had a great week over the last. What happened over the last week? Last week, we had just come. Last week was the second, so we were just coming out of the new year. How's everybody doing? How y'all doing out there with the new year? Is everybody already off to a good start? I know that I am. I'm off to an amazing start. I mean, the rockets are definitely on. The jets are definitely on, and we're getting ready to experience a year like we've never experienced. I could tell the rumblings are already in motion as we speak. So super excited to get into things. So without any further ado, as I said already, well, there has been some further ado. Let me just stop saying that. Hold on, let me get things together, and I'll be sharing a screen with y'all in just a second. So the first place I want to go to is StoryBrand. Right, there's actually a StoryBrand site that you can go to, and when I'm working with clients, I generally walk them through this framework. Right. Again, here's something I could tell y'all. This is something I want to encourage y'all. Don't be afraid to use the tools that are already in the market. If you're in the position where you're like me and you have clients and you're doing marketing and things like that, don't be scared to cite and resource the the tools that you use. Right. At the end of the day, you know, we all are like amalgamation. Nobody out here is making it, you know, is really truly coming up with anything that's brand new. We're all using pieces and parts. And so we are going to use the StoryBrand today. So here we go. All right, let me go ahead and share screen, and I'll show you guys what this looks like. So let me transition over here. All right, so we got, so you can go to StoryBrand right here, and I believe we can just jump into, get the, where's it at? Hold on, StoryBrand Builder. Let me Google it again. I was trying to Google it. I guess I got the wrong thing. And it might have changed. Right. So let's go ahead and just jump into this. Yeah, My StoryBrand. That's what it is. MyStoryBrand.com. So you go in here. Let me go ahead and you guys know how I do. While I'm logging in, I show you guys my face. So let me go ahead and get logged in here. Found this is what I'm looking for actually. All right, here we go, and we'll transition back. So now we're in here. We'll see what this is. So the character is basically the client. And you can see I have a couple of them before. I have one that I've done for the traffic link, one that I've done for another client. It doesn't seem like it's saved. Oh, that's boo-boo. Yeah, it doesn't have, okay, so we'll enter the brand script title. We'll call this, what are we even building for, you guys? I don't even know. I haven't decided that yet. We're just gonna say coach, consultants, StoryBrand. All right, and say, so the character, we're gonna make the character. Then what does the character want to do? The character, in this case, let's say that, I'm gonna just put it for you guys, for a consultant. The character wants to identify with new clients and that need help with processing stress and anxiety as a high capacity CEO, high capacity corporate executive. Let's put executive. Okay. Right. I said, wants to identify and connect with new clients that need help with processing stress and anxiety as a high capacity corporate executive. Okay. So we're going to hit save here. And now it has a problem. Now we're going to identify who the villain is. The villain is basically, is there a root cause or for your customers' problems? Can you personify this root cause as a villain? And what is the villain? What is the villain in your customer story? So a lot of times, if you think about it, people that are in high capacity and they're dealing with stress, generally it's not the stress that comes from, primarily it comes from work. A lot of people that are high capacity in the corporate space are high capacity because they have the ability to be, but they have conflicts, right? They have conflicts with, they have conflicts with family and balancing personal life. So we'll say that they're battling their internal, or let's say they're battling their ability to stay balanced, right? They got a balance monster that they're battling, right? So we'll personify it. The balance monster, the life balance monster is always present because they love work, but they also love their family. So they basically have a good job, they're making the money, but they've done it at the expense or the cost of their family. So now they're feeling disconnected. All right. Out of sorts and disconnected. This is causing them to be less productive at work. Now, externally, so the villain is basically the life balance monster. I'm gonna actually give it a little bit of capitalization so we can actually give it a personification. The LBM, might even keep that, y'all, for later future references. the life balance monster is real. I deal with the life balance monster. Y'all deal with the life balance monster too? Man, I tell you what, I might be single, but boy, I'll stay single if I don't get it together and get this life balance monster handled. Speaking of which, a lot of times when we're dealing with our ideal client, we're really just talking to ourselves in the past. How many of y'all feel like that? How many of you guys feel like your client is actually you from the past, right? Your client is actually you from when this used to be your problem, or this is currently your problem, and while you're scratching your itch, you're bringing other people along with you. You're a true leader. I just want to say, you're a true leader if that's your scenario. If you find yourself in that place where it's not just you fighting the monster for you, but you fighting it for others while you're still being attacked, you're a true leader. Big ups to you. You're my kind of people. I love y'all. So, all right. So externally, basically you're going to deal with the external conflict. Well, what is the problem your customer deal with as it relates to your product or service, right? So a lot of times when I'm right, because I'm writing this for my consultants, I'm writing for y'all, right? A lot of times what I find that y'all dealing with, a lot of times is just keeping things consistent. Again, scratching my own itch while I'm helping y'all come along with the hitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm bringing y'all with me on this journey. But that's oftentimes what it is like, consistency, in showing up on time regularly, time after time after time after time, can be challenging because life be lifing, right? You might be that person that has a family or a spouse or kids at home. I was a single parent. Like, I raised my child by myself primarily, and I was that single parent. And sometimes it was just hard, just trying to keep the balance, trying to give my daughter the attention that I know she needed, but at the same time, needing to do what I have to do, right? Needing to go to work and do the things that I have to do. So, that's what a lot of it is. So the external thing is like keeping all the spinning plates spinning, right? Marketing your business. And I'm writing in first person. Marketing, I'll just write in third person. Marketing is marketing consistently with consistency is a challenge. Let's see. And I imagine, like, and you guys that are dealing with this, you guys probably have a VA at this point. So you got some things you can delegate, but the content still has to come from you. The messaging still has to come from you. You still have to show up for the shoot days to record the content, right? You still have to show up. And it becomes a challenge not only just to record the content, but then to distribute it, right? So distributing the content I somehow spelled distributing wrong. There we go. Spelled immediately wrong as well. So, and the internal, so that's the external thing that's going on. Internally, they're feeling like they're feeling less than, and conflicted. Desperately looking for a change. Oh, let me go back to another external thing. All right, well, I probably put it right here. I was gonna say desperately looking for a change. Want to overcome the feelings of guilt when not able to show up 100% or show up. And what do they say? Show up and be present, or fully present for my family, for the family. Because, can y'all see this anyway? Let me see if I can try to get this big. I'm over here in this corner. Let's see, accept. All right. Not being able to fully, able to show up and be fully present for the family. And all while still being productive at work. How many of y'all like that? How many of you feel like it's not, like, if you're not doing your job well, it's not, you don't feel as fulfilled? Like, if you know that you have a vision and you're driven and you have a mission you're trying to accomplish, maybe you are on a team of people, maybe you have a small team, like I said, you got a VA or somebody on your team, and you feel like they need you just as much as your family, and if you don't show up for them, you feel bad when you're with your family because you're thinking about the other people that have family that are depending on you, and then, yeah, it gets a little messy, right? And I know that the solution to that is automation. I know that. So, philosophical. Why is it just plain wrong for your customers to be burdened by this problem? It's just plain wrong for you to be burdened like this because there's solutions out there and there's software out there that if you know how to implement the software, they'll run for you in the background, and it just takes a couple of audits, right? And so I'll just say the philosophical, it's just plain wrong for you to be all right, so, and we'll hit save on this. So we got that, we got this. So we have the character that has a problem, that has an internal problem, an external problem, or a villain, an external problem, an internal problem, and a philosophical problem. That's a lot of problems, right? And here's the deal. This is definitely a situation where we're sticking our finger in the pain point. We're mashing that joint because we want them to recognize that this is not just something that you have to deal with. I want y'all to know this is something that y'all don't have to just deal with. Like, you can do something about it. You can do something about it today. And that's what this whole StoryBrand framework walks you through. It shows. So now the next step is meets a guide, right? Now, what's cool about this tool is, like, you see this little play button right here? You can click this play button and it will be Donald Miller up on stage talking about what this piece is, right? And he'll go into breaking it down, what it means at this point in the game, right? Meets a guide, part 7, part framework, right? So we're on what, part 3? This is an old video because Donald don't look like that no more. He got gray hair now, or he getting gray hair. Right? So it's basically just breaking it down and talking about it. Okay. So they goes through that. And so basically empathy, right? I mean, what brief statement can you give that, like, so for instance, is after being an entrepreneur, I'll put it like this. I put it as me, Xavier, after, and I'll be specific because I want to be specific because what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna go here and hit. I believe there's a way to download this, right? So share, view only. You only send a copy, right? I think you can send a copy. You can view and comment. I believe you can do that, and you can download it. I believe somewhere on here, I believe you can download, and you can download this, and then we'll take this and we'll drop it into Centra, and then let Centra come up with a script for us, right? Or give us some context, and then it'll give us our StoryBrand script for our landing page. We got 30 minutes. All right, so we go. After being an entrepreneur for most of my life, I too, Xavier, after being an entrepreneur for most of his life, most of his life has run into the same problems. The fix has always been I can't read that. There you go. Come on, y'all. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering how do I know which one to go to, these little arrows right here, there's little arrows right in here, right? Arrow here takes you from here, then from here over here, and then from here to go over here, and then here goes over here, and then this is kind of like the overall character transformation. You going from here to there, right? So let's go to competency and authority, right? So scroll down, see if I can hit tab. Okay, how can you demonstrate a competency in solving your customers' problems? Well, after implementing, let's say Xavier has several years experience with marketing, technology, design, and software engineering. And I do, and that's all facts. So, right. So then that's my basically saying this is like I'm the guide, or I'm the guide for y'all's guide. You guys are the character that has a problem, and I'm meeting you. You guys just want to know, like, how do this is basically what is my credentials? Like, how do I come to this and think and know for sure that I have a solution, right? A several years experience in marketing, technology, design, and software, and has implementing those to a high level. He has implemented his vast past experiences. Has drawn upon. I'm struggling with my vocabulary this morning. Has drawn upon his vast past experiences and has implemented we're going to say leveraging automation and AI. Okay. I hit save on that. All right. And then we'll basically, and now we're going to give them a plan, right? So here are 3 to 4 steps. In my case, it's like 6 steps. Well, actually it's like it's like the plan basically is to audit. Step one is to perform perform an audit. Step 2 is to install 6 key systems in your business, which is a traffic and attraction system, B is a capture and categorize system, put this here, capture and categorize. C is position and presentation. D is number 4 is sales transactions. E is it's going to be delivery. And F is going to be follow up. Right? And list the agreements you can make with your the agreements. Basically, when they say agreements, basically these are like your guarantees. Like, for instance, if we don't save you 10 to 20 hours a week, we will X thing. If we don't deliver and you don't see a transformation, this is what's going to happen, right? So I say we will save you 10 to 20 hours. Let me see if I can show this on screen so you can see it. 20 it keeps on scrolling down. That sucks. Horrible UI. 20 hours a week, and increase your leads by 20 to 30% every month. If we don't, we will continue to work for you on our dime and time. Right? Pretty straightforward. If it doesn't work, we'll give you our dime and time. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. If it doesn't work, then you don't have to worry about paying anything else until it works. Got it? So that's the agreement. Got it? Okay, so that's the agreement that we have. So this is our process, and this is our guarantee, right? So we have a character that has a problem that meets you, the consultant or the coach. You're the guy that gives them a plan, then it calls them to do a direct, give them a direct call to action, right? So the direct call to action would be book a call, schedule time, book a call. So, or it's to schedule your audit, schedule. And then if they say schedule, if they don't schedule the audit today, then the transitional, or the best way I can help you visualize this is, have you ever been on a site where this says book now or buy now, right? Or take advantage of our payment plan, that payment plan is the transitional, right? Or if they say, book now or watch this video, watch the video is a transitional. In other words, you need to see more information, or they need to see more information before they make a educated decision on whether or not they want to work with you, right? That's what the transitional statement is all about. Okay. All right. So the transitional statement is going to be on here or watch or hear from our past clients or see our case studies from past clients. Okay. So let's talk about a lead magnet, right? So a lead magnet is basically a piece of content or a contrived tool or something like this. For instance, StoryBrand, mystorybrand.com, it could be used as a lead magnet because it's something that you can give somebody to do that's going to help them get a little bit further along to further show and demonstrate your expertise. So some people use ebooks as a lead magnet. Some people use gift cards as a lead magnet. Various different things that people use as lead magnets, right? Let's see. Let's see if anybody jumped in the chat. No, it doesn't look like it. Just let me drop some comments real quick. I don't know. What up, traffic linkers? That's fine. Yeah, nothing yet. Nobody in the chat. All right, we're just doing this solo. Everybody, hey, everybody on the replay. All right. So see our case studies from past is a transitional, and then when you go to the case studies, this could be where you put your as they go to view the case studies, you can capture the information here. That's another thing. Whenever somebody's landing on your page, do your best to get their name and email address, right? That's what the lead magnet does. That's the primary reason the lead magnet exists. It's something of value that people can gather information from, right? So on the case studies, there's a download they can take. Like there might be an ebook they can download there. Actually, that's a good idea for me to put in place. Or they can just watch the case studies and they can put the information in there, or some way you can get their name and email address. So everybody that lands on your landing page or goes to your website, you're actually collecting information and they're not just traffic that's hitting your page. Because once you get the information, what do you have the ability to do? You have the ability to follow up. And now once you have the ability to follow up, now you're building a database of people. Now you can be independent of the big box folks like Facebook. Like when Facebook went down a few weeks ago, there were a lot of businesses that didn't have a good day. They didn't have a good day because they didn't own their list. You got to own your list. If you don't, can we talk about that for just a second? All right. You guys got to remember, you guys have to own your list. That's the main objective here. When you're on social media, when you're marketing in other places on Google My Business, or because Google Business Profile, or if you're anywhere, the whole idea is you want to drive people to your landing page so you can collect a name and at least an email address. A name, email address, and phone number is ideal. That's doing good. A name, email address, and and physical address is even better. The whole idea is the bigger the profile, the contact profile, the better off you're going to be. You want to make sure that you're generating your own list of folks so that when times get tough and things get a little crazy, you got a way to communicate with your people directly, right? You're not waiting on social media to get your message out. Right, you want to get your message out to your folks right now. And if social media goes down, like Facebook has been going down lately, and I do believe they're going to be going down a lot more frequently in the future. I got my own theories about that. We can talk about offline, or you guys want to hit me up, we can talk about that. But as things start to happen, you want to be that entrepreneur. You want to be that coach, that consultant that has their own list of people, because you can do things like database reactivation campaigns, and we'll get into that. That is more of a Rob Bailey a framework. We'll get into that next after we get done with the Frank Kern. But I kind of use all these different, like Frank Kern, Rob Bailey, Ryan Levesque, Donald Miller, you name it, Russell Brunson. I kind of use like little pieces and bits from all them folks. They all fit together in pieces, right? Marcus Sheridan, all these people, they all have different ways, different things that I find to be really strong. And I kind of just build my own Frankenstein of marketing framework based on what has worked for me in the past and what helps me get that message out there. All right. So with that being said, let me go back into what we got going on, right? So the ends in success, right? Basically the transition, the like list of positive changes. You'll have your time back, the LBM, the life balance monster will be slayed, and your family and your loved ones and family will be happy and re-engaged with you. Okay. Right. And that avoids failure. List the negative consequences your customers will experience if they don't use your product, service. You'll continue to experience disconnects, stress, and lack of feeling 100% confident. All right, so there we go. Right, so we basically went through it from being disconnected, discouraged, and on the brink of burnout, to being organized, I believe I have to put two, being organized, efficient, organized, efficient, and profitable while having the time and resources to be present at all times. Present as much as possible. Because there's phases to this as well too. Like once you get to a certain point, you're gonna have to recalibrate and probably have to do something all over again. All right, so now we got all this together, right? So I believe we can then take this and now I believe we can export it. And I forgot how to do that part, but I think it is right here though. So let's just go to copy. Let's go to copy the link here. Let's see what happens when we pull it up. Okay, so it just pulls it up like that. And I swear there was I cannot remember, you guys. I'm having a moment. If I click on this, it's just gonna just create a brand script. Let's see. I'm just gonna say test this out, create a brand script. Yeah, see, and now I deleted my last one. See, oh, I don't like this tool sometimes. There it goes. All right, well, there we go. I get rid of that. See our case studies from past clients. Okay, there we go. Hit save. All right, so I don't know how to make it. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna print this as a PDF, print, and we're gonna save it as a PDF. Ooh, nope, we're not doing that. All right, so let's change that to landscape. Oh, this don't look good, you guys. This did not look good at all. I'm gonna hit save anyway. And let's go more settings. Paper size. We're gonna go tabloid. Let's see if tabloid gives us a better layout. It's more you can read more of it. Okay. I still don't like it because you still can't see all of the information. Like here, you can't see it all. So we'll just save it as a PDF for now, knowing that it's not all the way there. Let me keep on working with this. Let me just switch over. No. All right, here we go. All right, so we just saving to the StoryBrand over. So just go ahead and download. All right, so we're trying to figure out how to get all this information over, right? So we're gonna just jump into Centra really quick. And now that I gotta switch back over because I gotta log in. So we're gonna switch over to Centra. Y'all know Centra. Y'all have been rocking with me a while. You guys know I use Centra. Is kind of like my pretty chat. I call it the pretty chat GPT. Everything you do in Centra, you can do in Chat GPT. Honestly, if you take the time to do it, it's not a big deal. It's not if you know what you're doing, it doesn't take a long time. But because Centra has a lot of the things figured out already and some integrations that are built, I just like using Centra. It's just what I like to use. All right, so I'll just put in here, help me with writing. I know who's gonna do it anyway. I just go to pin. Hey, we're gonna start. I'm going to give you information to help. Actually, you know what I'm gonna try to do? I said, do you know the 7 steps in Donald Miller's StoryBrand? If so, can you ask me if you do? Can you ask me to ask me each question individually? If you do, can you ask me each question individually until we have all 7 steps completed? Let's go like that. Are we switched over? Yep. What does your character customer want? Okay, now what we can do is we can come over here and we can just drop it in here. You know, and by the way, Donald Miller's getting ready to drop 2.0 of the StoryBrand. I believe, and it may be already out already. I'm not sure, but I know it's coming out. I know he's been talking about it lately. Okay, 2. Now let's move on to the second step. What problems are they facing that you can help solve? Right. So here we go. So we're going to just take everything here. Now, granted, this may not work right. This may not work all the way correctly. Right. Let me just take a little bit of time. So it's going to go here. Y'all get the gist of this, how this was working, right? Just giving you guys a little, this is what I'm showing you guys, actually a framework. You can say that this is an SOP that I use. All right, we're just going to grab external. External. And we'll go right here, external. And you guys see what I'm doing. Internal. Internal is here. Go to grab this out of here. Oh, I wonder if I can do that. If I can just grab everything from here. External. Nope. Internal. All right, there we go. And one more. And the last one is philosophical. And we'll fill it out. We're running low on time. Okay, and now we're gonna go to, and we're gonna go to a place enter. So now we got that. Now they can ask me the next question, 3. Who or what is the guide? Think about how your business can serve as a guide. Man, you know how good it must be to be Donald Miller, right? Just think about this. He's come up with a tool that's so widely used and a framework that's so widely known that AI has picked up on it. Like that's big time. Empathy. I'm really curious to see how AI deals with like coming up with this. And what I'm really looking for AI to do is to give me a human-like answer after this. And empathy, what was it? Competency and authority. All right, hit enter, send that. All right, there's that. And then number 4, plan. What plan do you have to offer for them to succeed? So we got a plan right here. Here's the process. You know, I forgot to, and the process is a 3rd step, y'all. this third step in the process is perform measured success. All right, so we go here and go to process. Y'all see what's happening. Put that in there. I'm holding down shift and return. And then agreement. And then I'll just put in there agreement. Hit that in, and it's going to ask me for the next step and the call to action, the direct call to action. Now we're just inputting all this information, you guys. If we weren't live, I would definitely be cutting this out because this is kind of redundant. Let's see our case studies. All right, so then what does success look like for your customer? So success looks like this. And failure looks like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to actually ask, let me see how it goes. It may ask me for the last one, but I don't think so. Let's see. And I'm going to say, can you give me and then I'm going to give it my client. Client is a health and wellness consultant or coach, focusing on helping. Oh, actually, they already have their problem in there. So let's go say, can we create an offer to give one to many coaching. Oh, you know what? I gotta go, you guys. I think I have an appointment at 10. But anyway, here's what we would do, right? Your kid offer to get one to many coaching and prepare copy for my landing page. There we go. And it's gonna work that out. All right, you guys, I'm going to have to come back with you guys next week. We're going to show you the results of this. So we're going to jump right back in here next week. You guys, thank you very much for joining me this week on Office Hours. I'm Xavier. I'm the traffic link. And let me transition you guys to my end page. Oh, there we go. I'm Xavier. I'm the traffic link. Thank you guys for joining me today. And we're going to go ahead and start implementing the copy that we have here and putting it into our actual funnel that's going to be shaped by the methodologies of Frank Kern, right? Which I call blunt brute force marketing. Just remind them. Just keep hitting them. And we're going to come up with a welcome series after this copy that we just generated for the landing page. And we'll come back next week at 9 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be going deeper into discovering and tearing apart, deconstructing different frameworks that are put out there by different influencers and marketers, and showing you guys how to put that into a system to automate these things. That's what we do at the Traffic Link. I'm Xavier. I'm out. You guys have a great week.